Welcome to this tutorial video. The goal of this video is to show you the bulk stock revaluation process. Stock revaluation is a process that allows the user to reevaluate what the stock currently owned by the practice is worth. A revaluation of stock will be done to reflect changes in the stock levels due to various factors such as change in price from the supplier, theft, damage, and expired stock. Using a bulk revaluation allows the user to revalue the stock in big batches to save time, without having to reevaluate items one by one. Please note that the value of the items can be calculated incorrectly when there are data problems in the database. Incorrect calculations will be an ongoing problem when working with negative stock levels. The system does not know which value to use for the stock that goes into a negative stock level, because according to the system, the practice does not have any units of the stock item. If the item price has a high increase or decrease in price, the value can also be incorrect. The system calculated the value with the last 5 years' transactions depending on the setup of the practice. In cases, the units will be 0 but still have a value that must be corrected with a revaluation. This will happen when the item prices have big differences. The weighted averages must be correct. The force zero value if quantity zero function will show all items that have a value but no quantities, and will adjust the value when the bulk revaluation process is posted. The revaluation will be done with a stock adjustment using the stock adjustment list function. The function has a built-in revaluation with the last purchase price, unit price or list price, and at hospitals to NAP price. When mistakes were made in the system and not rectified with correct transactions, the stock value will need to be reset. Correcting transactions is not an everyday function and should only be used as a last resort. The weighted average will be reset and recalculated according to the last purchase price, unit price or list price, and at hospitals to NAP price. Log into the GoodX desktop using the GoodX username and password. From the navigator screen, double-click on the stock module. Type in the user's credentials. The stock manager screen will open. Click on corrections on the menu bar. Click on bulk revaluation process on the submenu. The specify financial period screen will open. Please note that the financial year is a period of 12 months used for tax or accounting purposes and for companies to determine and calculate their budgets, profits and losses. For example, the South African tax year runs from 1 March until 29 February of the following year, unless specified that the client has their own financial year-end date. Post in previous financial year means the user is able to adjust stock in the previous financial year. User access will determine which users will have access to post in the previous financial year. Click on the OK button to continue. The stock adjustment screen will open. Category is the stock item classification to which an item is allocated, for example, medicine or material. Click on the category drop-down menu to select the appropriate option. Medicine is medications given to patients as treatment or cure for the diagnosis that the practitioner has made. For example, pills, ointments, drops, etc., also known as GMed. Materials is items that are used during procedures or as part of a procedure, some of which will be discarded after use. For example, syringes, needles, web coils, sutures, etc., also known as consumables 0201s. Please note that the material medicine list will show all the materials 0201 medicines GMed on MedPrax or iQuest list, as well as the customs items that have been created by the practice. The list will be divided into active and inactive items. When no stock control is used, all items will be active. When the practice has a contract with MedPrax or iQuest, the list will be kept up to date on a weekly or daily basis. Custom items will need to be managed by the practice. Warehouse is the warehouse that will be set by default as all, as the bulk revaluation process will be done on all warehouses. A warehouse is a place where all materials and medicines are stored. The warehouse field will be grayed out as the user is not able to change the field. Adjustment code is the pre-setup code that classifies the type of adjustment that will be made. Click on the adjustment code field to enter the code if known, and press the enter key on the keyboard. Alternatively, if the stock is not known, the user may press the tab key on the keyboard. The stock adjustment code screen will open. Please note that the stock adjustment codes that will appear has been pre-set up by GoodX. However, the user is able to set up their own adjustment codes if they wish to do so. For more information regarding how to set up custom stock adjustment codes, please refer to the Stock Adjustment Codes user manual linked in this video's description. Select the applicable adjustment code. Click on the OK button or press the F2 button on the keyboard to continue. The stock adjustment screen will open with the selected adjustment code, ledger account, and adjustment code description filled in. Click on the Cancel button to close the stock adjustment screen and return to the stock management screen without saving the changes made. Click on the OK button to save the changes made and return to the stock adjustment screen. The bulk stock revaluation all items screen will open. Please note that all active items as well as items with a change in quantity or value will be pulled through and displayed on the report. The bulk stock revaluation screen has many options and fields that will now be explained. Date is the date which will default to today's date. However, the user will be able to change the date if needed. Click on the date field to select a new date from the date picker. Click on a desired date to make a selection. Financial period is the financial year and financial period in which the selected date falls. Reference number is a reference number for the stock reevaluation that's being done for the specific batch. Click on the ref number field to input a reference for the reevaluation, which is a free text field. Comment is the comment field which will be grayed out by the system and also added by default. The comment will display System Adjustment Reevaluation to indicate it's a reevaluation that's being done on the stock. Find F9 allows the user to search for any specific stock item on the bulk stock reevaluation or item screen by using the system code, description or NAPI code to find a desired item. Click on the Find F9 field to input the desired search criteria. Use only specified values. Do not fall back on the next iteration if empty zero values for specific column allows the user to specify which items will be adjusted depending on their value over the period of 3, 6 or 12 months. Tick the checkbox to activate the setting to only use valuables that have been specified. Sorting order, F8, allows the user to change the way that the information is sorting according to the different items that are included in the report. The sorting of the information in the report can be according to code, description or NAPI code. An explanation will be given for each sorting order option. Code sorts according to the type of code, which may be the medicine GMED codes or material 0201 codes. The code field will sort the items numerically by the smallest number first. Description sorts according to the description, which is the name of the medicine or material. The description field will sort the items alphabetically. NAPI sorts according to the NAPI code. A NAPI code is a unique identifier for a given ethical, surgical or consumable product that enables the electronic transfer of information throughout the healthcare delivery chain. The last 3 digits of a NAPI code indicates the number of pack sizes of the specific medication. The NAPI field will sort the items numerically by the smallest number first. Click on the Actions button to access the sorting options. The Actions drop-down menu will open with the following options. Clear Screen removes and clear all the 12, 6 or 3 purchase calculations and revaluations that were selected to display. Display Data purchases for the last 12 months displays the average purchase price for the last 12 financial periods. Display Data purchases for the last 6 periods displays the average purchase price for the last 6 financial periods. Display Data purchase for the last 3 periods displays the average purchase price for the last 3 financial periods. When one or more of the options in the Action drop-down menu are selected, the selected options will be applied and added to the bulk stock revaluation screen. The bulk stock revaluation screen is divided into columns to sort the information, which allows the user to analyze the data efficiently. An explanation will be given for each column. System code is a unique number allocated to the item to identify it. Code is the unique manufacturing code that the manufacturer has allocated to the item used as identification of an item. Description is a unique explanation of the item of the medicine or material with the item name, size, strength, etc. Pack size indicates the number of units in the packaging. NAPI is a unique identifier for a given ethical, surgical, or consumable product that enables the electronic transfer of information throughout the healthcare delivery chain. Adjusted value is the rand value of the items calculated by the value after reveal minus the current value. Reval value is the revaluation process that is used to indicate the reval value, for example, purchases 6 periods or purchases 12 periods. Average values is, depending on the setup, the average value which will be calculated as the sum of the last 5 years' transactions divided by the quantity. Weighted average is, depending on the setup, the weighted average which will be calculated as the sum of the last 5 years' purchases divided by the quantity that was bought. Please note that the adjusted value and reval value columns will only be filled in once the revaluation process has been done. Last purchase price is the last amount of which the item was purchased. Every item has their own last purchase price. For example, if different orders are purchased on 3 different days, the last day and last order that was purchased will be the last purchase price. List price is the recommended sales price as determined by Medprax or iQuest. Quantity on hand is the number of items that is currently available at the practice. Current value is the price value of the stock items that are currently on hand. Value of the reval is the value of the purchases for the period that was selected after the revaluation was done. The user is able to calculate how the stock is reevaluated using several different criteria in order to determine what the price will be reevaluated at. Click on the Revaluate button to reevaluate the stock. The Reevaluate submenu will open where the user can select how the stock will be reevaluated. An explanation will be given for each reevaluation option. Using weighted average based on purchases means the reevaluation will be done according to the weighted average based on the purchases. Depending on the setup, the weighted average will be calculated as the sum of the last 5 years' purchases divided by the quantity that was bought. Using last purchase price is the reevaluation that will be done according to the last purchase price. Using NAP, net acquisition price, means the reevaluation will be done according to the NAP price. Using list price SCP is the reevaluation according to the single exit price, which is the price at which a practice purchases medicines and materials from the wholesaler. Please note that the options that are available on the reevaluation button will be determined by whether any actions have been selected. Only when a specific action has been selected relating to the reevaluation button will the option be available on the reevaluate option. A warning pop-up will appear after a reevaluate option has been selected to confirm if the user would like to continue with the stock reevaluation. Click on the cancel button to ignore the request and exit the pop-up. Click on the OK button to continue and apply the reevaluation. The stock will be reevaluated according to the option that has been selected from the reevaluate button. Please note that the option is available to reevaluate multiple times on the same data for different options by following the same process. Also, the color of the lines that have been reevaluated will be highlighted in green to indicate which items have been reevaluated. Lines that have not been reevaluated will remain white, which indicates that the items do not meet any of the criteria that have been used to reevaluate the stock. Click on the Export button to export and save the report in an external file type. The Save As screen will open. Navigate and save the file to the desired location. Click on the Print button to print the bulk stock reevaluation report. The stock reevaluation means all items reports will open on the screen. For an extensive explanation of how to print a report, please refer to the options to print user manual linked in this video's description. Click on the Post button or press the F2 key on the keyboard to post and save the bulk stock reevaluation badge. Click on the No button to cancel the request and close the pop-up. Click on the Yes button to post the badge. An information pop-up will appear confirming the badge was posted successfully. Click on the OK button to acknowledge the message and close the pop-up.